I'm Tammy Dana-Bashian, Mayor of Rowlett.
And I'm Brian Funderburk, Rowlett City Manager.
Welcome to the September 2020 edition of Spotlight on Rowlett. As we enter September, COVID-19 has become the third leading cause of death in the United States. Although the number of cases continue to decline, COVID-19 is widespread in many areas. We need to continue to protect each other, always wear a mask in public, wash your hands often and don't touch your face, keep 6 feet between yourself and others. If you have symptoms, self-isolate and get tested right away. The COVID-19 pandemic has disrupted our lives in profound ways. Here are a few tips to help manage the mental strain that many people are experiencing. First, exercise and eat well. Dancing, walking, bicycling, and gardening are activities people can do at home or around the neighborhoods. Avoid sugar, reduce caffeine consumption, and limit junk food. Second, it is important to keep a regular routine. Try to limit media and screen exposure and draw strength from your spiritual beliefs. Third, connect with friends and relatives. Use apps, send photos, emails and texts, and phone loved ones. Stay in touch. Check on older friends and family members. Many people may struggle with depression, anxiety, or an overwhelming sense of fear. These are normal feelings. If those feelings seem like they are limiting your ability to function, help is available 24/7. Speak with a mental health professional by calling the toll-free COVID-19 mental health support line at 833-986-1919. For a list of additional emotional resources, please visit rowlettready.com. Rowlett Ready is a community-focused group formed to help direct disaster-related resources to those who need them in the city of Rowlett.
Another great source for local information is the Rowlett Chamber of Commerce website. Everything from a list of local restaurants offering delivery and curbside pickup to ways you can support your local businesses. They also have a host of local business preparedness resources and webinars available at rowlettchamber.com. At the City of Rowlett, we understand that there may be instances when residents find themselves facing financial difficulties. Rowlett is here to help. We encourage customers who may be impacted to contact the utility office to discuss payment options. To set up a payment plan, please call 972-412-6105. Rowlett residents may also qualify to receive utility bill assistance administered by the Salvation Army that was funded by the city through federal community development block grants. Please call 972-272-4531 for more information.
For facts regarding COVID-19, how to prevent it, what to do in the event you or a family member become ill, and many other resources, including the latest news concerning our community, visit rowlett.com/COVID-19. For the latest news, follow the city's Facebook page and subscribe to Friday at 5 newsletter. So Brian, we're into September, and we were hoping this thing would be gone by now, but it's not. But we certainly are seeing great successes with the social distancing and the mask wearing, with infection rates way down.
Mayor, absolutely. It's been a long journey. I know that everybody is tired and we keep saying the same things, but I think that what we've proven this summer is that wearing face coverings and social distancing has made a huge difference, and the science is bearing that out, and we just got to continue to take care of not only ourselves but also others around us too.
And I know we're just all, hoping and praying for all of our school resources and, the administrators and the teachers and the students, that we all are able to do this successfully. It's so important that our kids get back to school.
Yes, it is. And one thing I'll say too, Mayor, I think for the sake of the parents, it's important as well. Yeah. Here's a message from our Complete Count Committee on the 2020 Census.
I'm Diana Moore, member of the Rowlett Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion Commission. If you've not completed your 2020 census yet, you can expect a census worker to stop by your home to help you complete the census. Census workers, also called enumerators, have started going door to door here in Rowlett. Census takers are wearing masks and following local public health guidelines when visiting your home. Check to make sure they have a valid ID badge with their photograph, a U.S. Department of Commerce watermark, and an expiration date. Census workers may also carry bags or other equipment with the Census Bureau logo. Census takers are hired from our area, and their goal is to help you and everyone in your household be counted. If the census taker does not speak your language, you may request a return visit from a census taker who does speak your language. Census takers work from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m., including weekends. If no one is home when they visit, a census taker will leave a notice with information on how to respond online, by phone, or by mail. If you respond online or by phone today, a census taker is less likely to have to visit your home to collect your response. Regardless in how you choose to respond, your information will be kept confidential and can only be used to produce statistics. Your responses cannot be used against you in any way. Please do your part to be counted in the 2020 census and have a great day.
The fiscal year 2021 proposed budget is designed to focus on maintaining progress on our infrastructure and core municipal services while protecting our strong financial position. Development for this upcoming year and the years to follow are being heavily influenced by the impact of COVID-19. This pandemic has created a great deal of economic uncertainty, and we are still maneuvering through many of its impacts. So what does this mean for Rowlett? Rowlett has weathered the financial impact of the pandemic better than many other cities who rely more upon tourism and retail. Still, the pandemic has had a financial impact on the city of Rowlett and the entire community. The city projects a revenue shortfall in 2021 due to the pandemic. No one is certain how long this pandemic will last. But here's the good news. Due to the strong financial condition Rowlett was in pre-COVID, the city manager's budget is proposing to lower the tax rate by about 1 cent and to lower the water rates by 5%. However, adopting this property tax rate comes at a cost. The proposed budget for fiscal year 2021 does not include any raises or new positions unless already created in 2020. In addition, it does include minor adjustments to some programs while preserving the services upon which our residents and businesses most depend. The fiscal year 2021 proposed budget takes into account available resources and allocates revenues to the highest strategic priorities identified in the city's strategic plan. Here are just a few of the highlights. As mentioned before, the biggest initiative includes lowering the tax rate by about 1 cent and lowering the water rate by 5%. To ensure a safe community, there's increased funding requirement for fire and rescue personnel due to reducing contribution from a SAFER grant and the final allocation for the new station on Shrady Road. To strengthen neighborhood livability, we'll be able to finish Phase 2 improvements for Lake Country Estates and allocate $2.5 million from 2018 bonds and alley improvements. To enhance our quality of life, we'll be adding $800,000 to our park system for trail improvements. We will continue to invest in transportation and infrastructure with the widening of Cheesa Road from Dow Rock to Miller, adding right turn lanes throughout Rowlett, and making improvements to water and sewer facilities. The total fiscal year 2021 proposed budget is $143.4 million. For a more detailed look at the fiscal 21 proposed budget, visit rowlett.com. We will also be holding a virtual town hall meeting regarding the proposed budget on Thursday, September the 3rd. You can tune in and ask your questions through the city's Facebook page. The second and final public hearings on both the proposed budget and the ad valorem tax rate will be held during the regular City Council meeting on Monday, September 14th at 7:30 p.m. The City Council would then vote to approve the ordinance formally adopting the fiscal year 2021 budget during the regular City Council meeting on Tuesday, September 15th. If adopted, the new tax rate will become effective October 1st, 2020. As we continue to address the pandemic, we will focus on the future to ensure we're providing the services our residents and businesses expect while maintaining our financial sustainability. You know, Tammy, as challenging as this particular year has been with COVID and other issues like our growth rate and all those other things, you know, it's really great news that we're going to be able to provide a budget that will lower the tax rate as well as the water rate for the second year in a row.
You know, it's so important. We've been so focused on making sure that we can do everything possible to keep our taxes low. And we, like you said, we're proposing to reduce them again this year. And reducing that water rate by 5% is huge. We want to be able to pass on those savings to our residents and get this water rate down whenever possible.
Absolutely, and you know, again, COVID helped us in that regard too, because some of the vendors that provide the water or treat the sewer also did not pass on any increases, and so we were able to pass those savings directly on to our residents and businesses. So very happy about that. I think our public is going to be pretty happy about it. We still have a few more budget conversations left.
Yeah, this is your preliminarily proposed budget, and we have additional council meetings, and we have additional public hearings. So things could change. But at the time of this recording, we're given the update as we know it right now. Here's another message from our Complete Count Committee on the 2020 census.
Hi, I'm Lakeisha Culpepper with Census 2020 here in the city of Rowlett. And the census is extremely important because schools need accurate counts of students coming so that we know how many schools to build and how to fund them. For example, statistical data for previous census tell us that students, or children rather, ages 0 to 5 are often very hard to count. And we undercount students in those groups, in those ages. What this means is that when it's time to build schools, we don't often have the accurate number of students to prepare for. By counting every individual from birth beyond, we ensure that students have adequate facilities, enough teachers, and funds for the resources we need to educate them at the highest levels possible. We need your support.
I'm going to brag on our mayor for a minute. If you haven't heard, Mayor Dana-Bashian was recently appointed to serve on the executive board of the North Central Texas Council of Governments. This executive board is the policy-making board for all activities undertaken by the Council of Governments, including program activities and decisions, regional plans, and fiscal and budgetary policies. Tammy is also a member of the board of directors, including serving as treasurer of the Dallas Regional Mobility Coalition, a transportation advocacy group made up of cities, counties, and transportation agencies across North Texas.
Thanks so much, Brian. You know, it's an honor to serve as a member of this team, and I'm so excited for this opportunity. I'll be working with so many outstanding local government officials on this regional level, and it's really important to Rowlett that this is the first time we have received an executive board position for the North Central Texas Council of Governments. It's a big deal that will help Rowlett.
Well, I'm Jerry Hickman, and I'm with the Rowlett Complete Count Committee for the Census, 2020 Census, and I was asked to just give my ideas of why we should take the census. And number one, it's our civic duty. We're responsible for doing this. The Constitution was written, and it said that all people will take the census every 10 years. And everybody needs to be counted. I'm talking about adults and babies and young people. All need to be counted. And there should not be any fears of being counted, but we need to count everybody that's in the houses where they live. Because one reason, say for right now, a 10-year-old will be 20 years old in 10 years. And, this census will help the country and representatives help decide where this money should go at that time when they're at that age. I mean, it's going to help the future. It'll help us decide on the federal funds. It will help us decide the school needs. It will help us decide where the hospital should be and the population, where it's going to grow, and how many libraries we're going to need back at that time. And, everything is going to count. I mean, we need to know about the highways. Our highways are getting worn out, and the infrastructure is worn out, and we need to plan accordingly. And, not only highways, but the airports, the city buildings. It's all on our shoulders to get out there and be counted. And especially the people who have young babies, and they need to be counted too, because this will help them more than it will help me. But that's the reason why I think it's a very important thing to do.
In closing, thank you to everyone who submitted an application for consideration to serve on one of our many boards and commissions in our city. The next step is the interview process with council members for the vacant positions. Then the annual appointments will be made at the end of September for terms beginning October 1st. Thank you for watching the September 2020 edition of Spotlight on Rowlett. Any information, date, or story heard on this show can be found at rowlett.com. Don't forget to visit the city's Facebook page for the latest up-to-date information. See you next time on Spotlight on Rowlett. Do you know someone doing something positive, or a story that gives you the warm fuzzies? Please let us know so we can cover it in our Friday at 5 p.m. newsletter. Let's share all the good things. Email Denise at dperrin@rowlett.com.